Mayad nga agahon, coming to you live from the Hop Inn Hotel in Iloilo City in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, my 7-Eleven City Cafe. It's a large French vanilla brewed coffee. You know how much I like the French vanilla brewed coffee at 7-Eleven. Let me just see, make sure I'm online here. Yesterday, I wasn't able to save, let me lower the volume here. I wasn't able to save the live stream yesterday. Something with YouTube. I think it was my internet connection and then from my cell phone, the data. But hopefully today I'll be able to do the live stream and then save it. Save it this time. Yo, 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 hey, yo, 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 Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. All right. Hey, Bill Meyer, good morning, Bill. Hey, prayers, brother, prayers, always good to pray. It's like, that's one thing I don't leave out during my days. I always end my day, I always pray for the blessings in my life. That's one thing I always do. I always do that. Let me see here. Pag-asa, I'm going to do the weather report. I always try to do the weather report. Looks like we don't have any weather conditions anymore. No typhoons, tropical depression, no storms. Just says here, Cagayan, Aurora, Ifugao is like in Benguet, Baguio City area, Batanes, rest of Ilocos region, Metro Manila. It just says partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. So most of your weather activity is in the Luzon area. Here in the Visayas, man, nothing but sunshine here. It was hot yesterday. It got up to like the 90s yesterday. Bright and sunny already. I already walked this morning. Got my brewed coffee at 7-Eleven. You know me, I always get up early. 4:30, I'm up. I'm waiting for sunrise. And as soon as it was a little light, I was out walking already here in Iloilo City. And then on the way back, I got my French vanilla brewed coffee. Magandang umaga kapatid, magandang umaga Ray, my good friend, my brother from another in Sacramento, California. Right there. Tim, all right, Tim says, when's your next trip to Boracay? I think we're going to be spending Christmas. A few days right on Christmas Day. For sure will be Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, Christmas Day will be in Boracay Island because my good friend Robbie from he lives in Mualboal now. He's been living in Mualboal for like at least 2 years. He's going to be taking his fiancée Jonalyn. They're going to be celebrating their engagement in Boracay Island. So we're going to see them for sure. He's one of my closest friends that I met on YouTube. One of the OGs. I call him the OGs because he's been following our channel since the beginning. Like Robbie was like one of our very first few subscribers on YouTube almost 4 years ago. Me and him met online through our YouTube channel. He was living in Rhode Island at the time, and he was telling me, man, I gotta make a move in my life. He was just like not happy living in Rhode Island. He was single at the time. He said the dating was terrible where he was from. And I told him, hey man, try the Philippines. So he came and he's had a good life here now for over 2 years now with his fiancée, Lynn. Lowell, hey Lowell, kumusta from Oregon? Mabuti ako, Lowell. Salamat kapatid. Mabuhay. God bless, my brother. Thanks for the info. Yeah, Lowell. Any questions you have, Lowell, I will guide you through the process. It's like I know it's hard to navigate moving here to the Philippines. It's a hard transition because there's so much sometimes conflicting information online. Lowell was asking me here about employing somebody to do like his grocery shopping, things like that, because he's not really mobile enough to do that. You know, it's like he wanted to see about hiring, and he checked into it. And one thing about Lowell, man, he checks on everything. He was telling me about, you know, you got to worry, you know, insurance, the you know, government. I told him all that really is like if you're a big employer, those are the requirements. But here in the province, like in Aklan province, for like a domestic helper, usually you find them through relatives, you know, through Dazzle's, some of Dazzle's relative, and a lot of the domestic helpers here are people that will help you go shopping for your groceries, going to the public market, cooking for you, cleaning for you. All that here is done on a handshake deal. You know, basically you pay cash, you know, under the table kind of deal. I mean, if you want to register the person with like the SSS, the Social Security system here, you know, that's like going above and beyond, because most of the people here in the province that have domestic helpers, they don't do that. You know, maybe you hire somebody, and then once you really like the person after a few months, then maybe you do that, you know, for their benefits, you know, maybe provide Phil Health, but you know, it's not required, not common here in the province. Most of the domestic helper that I know in the province, they just get hired. They're just happy to get cash. They're just happy to get work. You know, it's like it's not a big deal. You know. Are you in Iloilo? Yes, we are in Iloilo. We've been here. We got here Tuesday afternoon. So last night was our second night here. Yesterday, Dazzle got to go shopping. She had a great time shopping with Lani, Edgar's friend. You know, so it was like a great time. They both had a great time shopping. Me and Edgar, we had breakfast. We had breakfast at Seattle's Best. Man, I've never had Seattle's Best breakfast at SM City, Iloilo. I thought they just had coffee at the Seattle Best, to tell you the truth. But my friend Frederick, he's also here in Iloilo. He's been here in Iloilo City now for over a year. I messaged him, of course. When there's a few people here in Iloilo City that I make a point that I see them when I'm here. Like Frederick's one of them. Tomorrow, before we head out, I'm gonna meet my good friend Ivan and his wife and kids from Canada. They moved here because of me, because I recommended them to move to Iloilo. Said they've been happy here, man. They've been here since like May. They got here in May. The older kids, 7 years old, going to Ateneo de Iloilo. So having a amazing time. Amazing. I think this is their permanent place. You know, they just love it here in Iloilo City. And then who else? Oh, the Colonel. I actually got a hold of the Colonel. But the Colonel, he's actually flying back from Leyte. He's over at Belus's house in Leyte. He's flying back tonight. So he's saying, we were texting each other last night. I was like telling him, well, maybe before we leave, because our last thing on our agenda before we head back to Calibo tomorrow, after we check out from the hotel, we're gonna go to SNR. You know, that's usually the stop, you know, like the final stop here in Iloilo is like pack your car with SNR stuff. You got the Filipino Costco, and SNR is right there. I can see from our hotel, I can throw a rock at it. I can even see their on their roof, they have all these solar panels. So I guess they're all solar and solar energy at SNR here. But been having a great time here, and like I said, man, the breakfast in Seattle's Best, man, it was awesome, man. Edgar too, he said, man, I've never eaten, you know, usually French toast here in the Philippines, when you order French toast, they don't really quite hit the right French toast. You know, it's like I think maybe it's the bread, you know, the bread they use. But man, at Seattle Best, man, it looks like wheat bread that they use. And their French toast crunchy on the outside, moist on the inside. It's like the best French toast I've had. And even Edgar said, "Man, I've never had this good of a French toast here in the Philippines. That's the best so far." And then we had an omelette. Like me, I had the vegetable omelette with the spinach and mushroom. Edgar, I think he had the sausage and omelette, sausage omelette. Really delicious food, reasonably priced too. I was like amazed how inexpensive the breakfast was. And then our friend Frederick, I think he had the all meat skillet. Man, it was a good breakfast, and it was always good to see my good friend Fred. And Fred, he moved here to Iloilo City just because of me too, because I remember and he's been here now. He was living at the Palladium condominiums. The first year he spent at the Palladium, right at Festive Mall. But after a year of condo living, and that's usually the case, I noticed with a lot of people, because condos are tiny here. After about a year, he decided to move a little away from the city, away from Iloilo City, in Tagbak. Tagbak is maybe 30 minutes away because he just took the bus over here, but he prefers it now. It's more local that live in Tagbak, but he was just telling me, I could tell he's like having the best time here in Iloilo City. He's happy that I steered him to Iloilo City, because when he was landing from the US, he was coming from Florida. He was just going to land in Manila, and he was just going to make his way in Manila. First time ever in the Philippines, and I steered him here to Iloilo City. I told him, no mistake to make your soft landing in Manila. So he ended up here, and he's got friends here now. He goes on trips with his friends here, Filipino friends. He's met Filipino friends here. So just happy for him. Tim says, "Are you in Iloilo?" Yes, we're in Iloilo City. We're staying at the Hop Inn Hotel. This is kind of like our new favorite now for hotel, budget hotel. 1,800 pesos, including tax and everything. So for $30, $31, nice room, queen size bed, AC, nice bathroom. I did a video already of this hotel on my Iloilo City videos, but we started staying here because we used to stay at the Injap Hotel right across from SM City Iloilo. But a few months ago, they had a big earthquake here in Iloilo, and I saw online, the people that were staying at the towers or like the Injap hotels, like 20 to 24 floors. So the people that were staying at the Injap, man, it was scary. And I could imagine being on a high rise. At least here at the Hop Inn, looks like we're on the 5th floor. I think this is the highest, maybe one more floor above us, but it's not too high, and good location to walking distance, SNR, Jollibee, McDonald's, the Atria, Tatoy's, the restaurant where we ate last night, seafood and chicken restaurant, walking distance from the Hop Inn. So really, we like this area. There's even a massage place here called Asian Massage. Dazzle and we like getting a massage at that Asian Massage, all walking distance from the Hop Inn. That's why I think this is our new go-to now. New go-to. A little cheaper than the Injap, because I know for the Injap it's about 2,200. So maybe $35, $36. So this place is even cheaper than the Injap Hotel. No swimming pool though. That's one thing Edgar was saying. No swimming pool here at the Hop Inn. The Injap has a swimming pool on the 5th floor. But they're here in Iowa, 8 above. Spitting snow and that is cold. Bill. Here this morning, I did feel a chill in the air. It's not cold, but this was what I was wearing. This dry fit t-shirt walking. But I could feel like a little cool air, cool breeze this morning. But once the sun got up, I start sweating because I'm walking. When I'm walking and the sun is up, I had my hat, so it's like I always carry my hat. So I was like the minute the sun came out, wearing my hat, walking around here, filming a little bit, doing filming. So always fun for me to walk in the city. You get a different vibe here in the city. When I'm walking here in the city, they got noise. They got noise. The tricycles are noisy. The motorbikes are loud here, and they go fast. It's like I was crossing a couple of streets here. They don't have any crosswalks. The crosswalks here are mostly in the intersection. So I was crossing the street, and man, they don't slow down for you here. the taxis and the motorbikes, they see you. I see them far away, and I'm walking as fast as I can. Man, they don't slow down. They're like, I think they're hitting the accelerator even. They're like accelerating. I was like, oh man, I gotta run across the street. And so be careful. Be careful when you're crossing the street here. I mean, they do have overpasses here, like on the diversion road. There's two, but the distance from each one is like so far. It's like most, in these little side streets, you just gotta hustle when you cross the street. JP, hello, Gino and everyone. Hey, Lowell. All right. JP, good morning, JP. Hello, JP. Hi, Gino from J-Boy. Hey, John Vasquez. All right, the alien guy. It says hello to JP Calibo. Hey, Lucita, my good friend in Maine. Hey, have a good day there in Maine, Lucita. Good morning to you, Gino, and to the fam. Checking in from Snowy Pine in Maine. How's it going? It's going great. We're here in Iloilo City. Tomorrow will be our last day. We'll be headed back to Calibo. Yes, we've been here since Tuesday, so Tuesday till Friday. Edgar had rented an SUV, a Toyota Innova, and invited Dazzle and I to tag along. So we've been hitting the mall, eating at restaurants here, just having an easy vacation. Nothing planned, just going with the flow. Like today, Edgar wanted to try the Vikings buffet. Actually, the Colonel actually wanted to go, but the Colonel doesn't get in until I think late at night, tonight, like at 8 p.m. or past 8 p.m. And then I was like, with Vikings, what you have to do with Vikings is an all-you-can-eat buffet here. You gotta reserve online because they get pretty full. You might, if you go walk in, you might end up waiting a long time to eat at the Vikings. It's Vegas style type buffet for like about $20 for a Vegas style buffet at SM City Iloilo. So actually, when I was looking online to book us, the four of us, to make a reservation for tonight for dinner, all sold out, all booked already. Nothing available for dinner. So I checked for lunch, and they had a spot for like 11 a.m. So this at 11 we're gonna go at the Vikings to have their all-you-can-eat buffet lunch. Are you driving the spaceship? Are you driving the spaceship? Hey, Michael C, my good friend, Entrese Martires in Cavite. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Hey, I love the pictures. Michael C, he attended the Philippine Retirement Authority. That's who is in charge of SRRV here in the Philippines. And they had like a party, like a Christmas party at the Manila Hotel, man, fancy. And man, Michael C sent me a picture of him and Rose, and man, they're decked out, man. Michael's like wearing a suit and everything, man. Michael looking good there on the suit, man. Good morning, JP. Good morning, JP. Hey, Michael C. Charlie Letts, hey, good morning, my good friend in Boston. No, Tim. We're staying at the Hop Inn, and I think this will be our go-to place now. We like it here because the rooms are clean. I can't say anything negative about them. They got good parking space if you're driving your car here. Plenty of parking area. There's always security guards watching your car. I just like it. I like it. With the InJap, I like the InJap, but their parking is tight. They put their parking at the Injap on the second and third floor, and then to get your car up there, it's like one way. There's not the you got to take turns. If you're leaving the parking area, a guard will have to radio somebody. It's tight, man. It's like an uphill, and you can tell it the climb to that area is the walls. There's a lot of scratches on the walls from vehicles hitting it. So really, I mean, if you're not an experienced driver, or if you don't like tight, claustrophobic driving, man, Injap could be challenging for you if you park your car at the Injap. Aloha, all right, aloha, Derek. Kanewa. I don't know if I pronounced that. I don't know. I know I have a hard time pronouncing. Ruben always like does that to me. He'll write like really hard words to pronounce for me for Hawaiian words. Same thing in Aklanon. Aklanon, the dialect in Aklan, they spell things differently. It's like not like Tagalog. If I see a Tagalog word, I can read it. With Aklanon, they like spell it differently, where it's hard to pronounce. It's hard to pronounce the words. John Vasquez, haha. Okay, all right. I'm eating popcorn. I like popcorn, man. It's like I'm a popcorn. Every time I go to the movies, I gotta have my popcorn. Hey, all right. There's Edgar. Edgar's awake too. Good morning, brother. Great. I know, right? Man, that French toast was legit, man. It is the best. Come to think of it, because usually the French toast, when they make it here, it gets soggy. It gets soggy. You don't have that. This Seattle's best French toast. I'm definitely gonna be one of my top breakfasts now when I'm here in Iloilo City. We used to have a Seattle's best in Calibo at the airport, inside the airport, but I think they closed. One of our batchmates in STI College Calibo actually worked there, but they closed it. I don't know. Calibo Airport used to be nice inside. Used to have a duty free, a Seattle's best. There's like food in there. But now, there's hardly any flights going in and out of Calibo Airport. So it's almost like a dead airport now, like a ghost airport, like a ghost town. Daniel, hey Daniel, to my posse bros, my brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, Daniel. Edgar and I are having a great time here in Iloilo City, Daniel. Hello, Edgar, Daniel. All right. I'm sure you'll get some BK onion rings before. Well, actually, that was the first stop. Our first stop when we were pulling in Tuesday afternoon. Edgar, he pulled in Burger King, and we had Burger King. I just had the Junior Whopper meal. It was only like 150, so about $2.50 for the Junior Whopper meal, a Junior Whopper, fries, and a drink. I didn't get the onion rings. I had plenty of French fries because Dazzle, she didn't eat her French fries. She gave me some of her French fries also. I think Edgar had the order of onion rings. Nomadic, Dazzle, dual citizen Filipino here. All right, dual citizen. All right. Do you think farmland is worth it to purchase? Coconut farm? It depends on, I guess, on how much you get it. How much, if you can get a really good price on a coconut farm, I can see it being profitable. It's like coconut is like a big commodity here. I know people, you can make money with coconuts. The bottom line would be the price. What's the selling? What's your price point and buying? And with coconut farms, it's easy enough to like hire people to like harvest the coconut. A lot of times what the people that harvest the coconuts here, you just have like a handshake agreement with them. They'll get a portion of the harvest. You pay them with coconuts, or so you can make money. It depends on the area. If you're like in a tourist area, like I know in Boracay, you could make a killing on coconut because In Numancia where we live, like a coconut will sell for like 25 pesos to 30 pesos each, about 50 US cents each for a coconut. Man, when you go to Boracay, those coconuts are like 100 to like 150 pesos per coconut. So if there's a way for you to ship them to Boracay, you can make a killing, you know. But you know, coconuts are just popular. They're sold like at roadside stands. You know, here in the Philippines, coconut, man, it's like especially December now. You know, during December, very popular for Filipinos here because of the parties, the celebrations here. They love buko salad. Buko salad, that's like a must. And like during the holidays here in the Philippines, buko salad is like, you know, you take the fresh buko, the pulp, the inside of it's called the pulp. You like scrape it. There's a scraper that makes it into like stringy. It makes it stringy. So you take all that buko pulp, the white part. You mix in with like fruit cocktail, usually fruit cocktail, condensed milk. It's a dessert, and you freeze it. You freeze it, man. It's a big hit at like Filipino parties, especially during the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. You gotta have like a buko salad, and the prices of coconut like in December, like for the week of Christmas, the week of New Year's, you can double the price and make a lot of money because people, you know, it's like a mad scramble here to get fresh coconuts here. And then, you know, coconut water is so popular now. You know, if you can harvest your coconut, make it into like harvest the coconut water, package it, and you know, it's a natural Gatorade. You know, it's great for dehydration. People love it. You know, it's like they even sell it by plastic cups about this big. It's coconut water. It's just I see a profit there if you do. Again, it all depends on how much you're paying for your farm, for your coconut farm. Hi, JP Edgar from Daniel Nobatic. The host today is Gino. The channel is named after his lovely wife, Dazzle. Yes. Thank you, JP. Bizwax, all right, Bizwax. Good morning, Gino and everyone. Charles, hi from Alabama. All right, Charles. Have you found the Texas? Oh no, I haven't looked it up yet, man. I haven't even looked it up. I don't think the Texas Roadhouse is at SM City, Iloilo. Let me see. Let me like look it up here. I got my laptop on, so I can just Texas Roadhouse. Roadhouse. It must not be at SM. It must not be at SM Iloilo. Let me see if I can. Locations, Texas Roadhouse. All right. I don't see it. I don't see it even when I Google it. I don't see and usually all those like American style food is like right at SM City Iloilo. Edgar, hi JP, Sergeant USA, all right. Nikki, hello everyone. Hope all is well. Yes, everything's good. I mean, we're having a nice vacation here in Iloilo City. Yo, Edgar, happy birthday. Yeah, no, like we celebrated Edgar's birthday last, what was that, Thursday or Friday now. Here, Peanut Butter Travels. All right, Peanut Butter Travels. Thank you for joining the live stream. Hello, PBT. Thank you from Edgar to Tim. Today saw a vlog about the bee farm. Oh yeah, the bee farm is legit, man. Dazzle and I went to the bee farm. Some of the best ice cream you'll eat is at the bee farm in Bohol. Almost all their food comes from their farm. Yes. We went to like the actual where they make that you saw the honey, where they make the ice cream. Awesome place. They actually have like a place for their ice cream at Panglao, you know, on the beach. Also, if you go to Seaside Mall in Cebu City, they also have a bee farm there that sells their ice cream and their food. Their food was amazing. We ate at their restaurant too. A lot of their a lot of their produce they raise in their farm. Can get, yeah, green salad. I remember that. And the restaurant at the bee farm is right on the edge of, like, you're way up, like on a hill overlooking the ocean. Like, you can have your dinner and the breeze from the ocean, your ocean view while you're eating your lunch. Amazing. Yeah, one of the must places to see. There's a few places that when you go to Bohol, that's one. The bee farm, I think, is a must. The river tour, you got to do the river tour. Again, it's a buffet, kind of like on the river. They play music. There's a cave that I went swimming with Dazzle. Inside a cave, a dark cave, and it's like you dive in the water, you swim in the water. That was cool. There's just a lot of activities, and of course the tarsier, the little, they look like aliens. They look like aliens. They got big eyes, and they're like a tiny tarsier. They look like a little alien, like a monkey alien. But Bohol is like, man, so awesome to visit Bohol. That's like a must visit here in the Philippines. Alan, good morning, Gino and Desel. Oh, Montreal. Oh, -10. Heavy snow. Wow, man. And that's like, this morning I walked a little bit chilly this morning. Probably I would say close to 78 degrees, about 78 degrees. But now it's in the 80s now. It'll hit 90 degrees here. It's gonna be a warm day because by the time I was headed back with my coffee, I had my hat on. I was starting to sweat a little because it's once the sun gets up, comes up here, it gets hot pretty quick. Lowell, what is the cost per person for the boat? The buffet at Vikings, if I remember, I did a video of it in my Iloilo City playlist. I think it's about 1,100 per person. So about 20, right at $20. With the exchange rate now, a little cheaper. Everything's a lot cheaper now with the exchange rate, but about $20. And it's a great buffet. I mean, just the desserts alone, and it's an insane amount of desserts. I did film it. If you look in my Iloilo City playlist, there's a Vikings video there, but like, they got all kinds of food from different nations, for Italian, Thai food, Vietnamese food, Korean food, Japanese food. I mean, just like everything. And then their meat section, they got lamb, where they cut the lamb, in like slices of lamb. They got like, it looks like a big lamb roast. And they'll have all kinds of different meat, steak. They'll have steak. For $20, man, it's a free beer, unlimited beer, like draft beer. They get like a spigot where you just get your San Miguel beer. So if you're a beer drinker, I don't drink anymore. But if I was a drinker, man, I'll be having, like, you see the guys there when they go to the Vikings, they got their frosted mug. Man, you can fill up 4 or 5 mugs of that thing. I'll be drinking beer if I was still drinking. There's a Viking buffet in Las Vegas. I wonder if they're from, oh, wow. I mean, Vikings is pretty popular in the Philippines, Tim. It's not just here in Iloilo City. When I was making the reservations last night, I was surprised of like all the different areas here in the Philippines that has Vikings. I was like, man, I didn't know that. I guess it's becoming really popular here in the Philippines. Like, let me pull it up here. And I know in Manila, they have several Vikings restaurants here. Let me pull it up here. Michael, good morning. Hey, my good friend from Northern California. All right, brother. Looking good. All right, looking good, brother. All right. Vikings. Oh, the wife, I'm using the data on my phone. That's why we're able to do the live stream. But the Wi-Fi here in the hotel is not the fastest. It's like, but they got Vikings in Cebu, Vikings in Manila, and a few branches too. Not just, it looks like they have a bunch of, so becoming really popular. Vikings are restaurants here. Oh, they got merch too, man. I didn't know they got like Vikings merch. That's funny. Then tell Leanna to save some lamb chops for me. Yeah, yeah. Well, Leanna's not with us, so you know she stayed at home with mom. Dazzle and they were on the phone yesterday. We were teasing Leanna last night, but she did, man. She's like she loves the lamb at the Vikings. That was her favorite. Molly, hey Molly, hello, hello Molly. Yes, you're finally live. All right, thank you, Molly. Thank you. I put vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg in my French toast. I'm trying to see if they put anything on their French toast. I didn't taste it. I didn't taste it, but their bread looks like it was wheat bread though, wheat bread. But I liked it because it had a crunch to it. When you like, when you like eat it with your fork, there was a crunch to it. Really, it really went well with the syrup that they put on it. And we got a haircut too. Edgar and I got a haircut. I got my high and tight. I got my high and tight yesterday at Jim's at SM City. So after we ate breakfast, we got a haircut and we walked around the mall yesterday. Derek, you need to start. I know we're not eating. This is the only thing I'm having this morning. So we go there at 11. So we're not eating breakfast. So and then last night we ate dinner. That was like before 7. So by the time I go, it's been over 16 hours since the last time we ate anything. So we'll be hungry. We'll be hungry when we go to that buffet. Hello, Jaya. All right, hello. Today made appointment at DMV to get a paper title. Oh, so you can sell your truck. All right. Good luck, Daniel. Lowell, hello, Derek. What part of Hawaii? I used to live in Aiea, back in 97, 98. I had onion rings. Yummy. I had onion rings. Oh yeah, Edgar. I remember. Edgar had the onion rings and a Whopper. He had the Whopper and the onion rings. Brian, good morning. Morning, Gino and Dazzle. All right. Dazzle is still sleeping. She's still sleeping. That's why I'm trying to keep my volume low. That way I don't wake her up. Morning, everyone. All right. Minnie Mauser said hi. All right, Edgar. Yeah, the BK onion rings are a must for me, along with the Whopper Junior. That's what I had. I had the Whopper Junior. It's good. I always like their the Whopper here. We don't have the BK. We don't have Burger King in Aklan. So every time I'm here in Iloilo City, I make sure I eat at Burger King. And that was the first thing. That's the first thing we ate when we got to Tuesday afternoon. Before we even checked into the hotel, we were eating at Burger King. Oh, why do dogs wag their tails? For me, if they wag their tail when they're happy, usually that's the sign that they're happy. It's supposed to be below below the Viking buffet. So good. I might be able to see it. If we go to the Viking buffet, I'll look for the Texas Roadhouse. Thanks, Tim. I'll look for it. I'll make a little video. At the Viking, and I'll look down there to see if they have the Texas Roadhouse. Thanks for that, Tim. I am a member of the Thriving Mike and all right, Nikki. Yeah, he's a friend. I mean, Michael and Charm, they're great. They're in Masbate Island. Yeah, I've been friends with them. I haven't met them in person, but we've been friends communicating online. Wow, that sounds awesome. I know, right? The buffet is going to be awesome. And it's a great buffet. I mean, it's a lot similar to the buffets I've had in the US, like in Las Vegas. Somebody mentioned yesterday, does it feel like a Golden Corral? It's definitely a step up from the Viking buffet. Here's a step up from like a Golden Corral, because I've eaten at Golden Corral in Tucson, and this one's a level up. Not as like the really fancy Vegas buffets now. I know they're like, with the Alaskan king crab and all that, but those buffets are like almost $100 per person. But I would say in between like the top of the line Vegas buffet and Golden Corral, Vikings is right there. And for $20, man, you can't beat it. All the food are fresh. Everything's like They got people wearing chef outfit with a hat making the food. You can order like stir fry, and they'll make you in like a little skillet to order. So it's not just with Gold. I remember with Golden Corral, a lot of their food is like you kind of scoop it, right? You scoop it and you put it, and then you leave the scoop. Here, there's servers. And then they put the dishes in like little saucers on display already. So it's not like, you're not, waiting on the guy in front of you to scoop and leave the scoop, and then you're handing the scoop. I guess it's more hygienic, it's like just get your food, and you're not waiting on people. And it's a fun vibe, a fun atmosphere, because Vikings here is popular for people going there on their birthday. So what will happen during the lunch or the dinner, all the staff, they'll actually sing and dance and walk around, sing and dance, and they'll have like for every person that's celebrating their birthday, they have a special plate, like a happy birthday cake for like the guests that are celebrating their birthday. Just a fun atmosphere. Definitely a must try. If you're here in Iloilo City, definitely you gotta eat at the Vikings. Nikki, I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right. I got some people here. Ria, usually she's from Tennessee on the live stream here. Would not be surprised me if she comes on later. Hello, everyone. David Boyd. Hey, hello, David Boyd. Edgar, Texas Roadhouse is in Bacolod, is what I found on Google Maps. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Edgar. Yeah, I haven't noticed, but Tim said below the Vikings, maybe, so we'll see it for sure. I'll take a look today if maybe it's coming soon. Maybe they're still building it. Hello, do you speak German, please? No, I don't speak German, unfortunately. I'm here in the Philippines. I've never been to Germany, so I don't speak German. Lowell, Google said Texas Roadhouse was supposed to come to SM City back November 2024. You might check there, not sure. Okay, well, when I go there, when we go to SM City, like Tim was saying, it's been below the Vikings is on the second floor. So if they built it on the first floor, I will look for it today. So I will confirm. Viking Buffet in Las Vegas is advertised as a seafood buffet, I believe. Oh, okay. This one is not. This one is not advertised as a seafood buffet, but there is seafood. I know they got sushi, good sushi selection. I'll look for today. This is the Philippines and Iloilo, so I'm sure they'll have fish dishes, shrimp. I'm sure they'll have shrimp. But they don't advertise it as a seafood buffet. They just they advertise it like eat like a Viking. That's their slogan. Vikings, eat like a Viking. That's how they promote Vikings here. I guess because Vikings, they're known for like a big feast, So you got a big feast at the Vikings buffet. Molly, very nice. I like using brioche bread for. Oh yeah, I know. They actually make brioche bread here. There's one thing about here, especially here in Iloilo City, I notice even on my walks when I'm walking in the morning, lots of cafes here, cafes and bakeries. I can't go a block and not see a cafe here or a bakery. Very popular brioche bread. Right across the Hop Inn Hotel here is a bread basket. It's called the Bread Basket franchise. It's a franchise bakery here in the Philippines. Man, they got all kinds of bread in there. And then the cafes right at the atria, walking distance from this hotel, is Bo's Coffee. Almost kind of like a Starbucks, Bo's Coffee. But I mean, so big now. Here in the Philippines, coffee and cafes, even in Calibo where we live, at SM City, Iloilo, they're popping everywhere. Filipinos are really big on coffee. And it used to be Filipinos would just drink the iced coffee because it's hot in the Philippines. But now, I'm seeing more and more people drinking hot coffee, even on a hot day here. Tim Melker. Hey, Tim Melker in Thailand. In Thailand. BK is good there. I wish I could find a Wendy's. I've only seen them in Alabang. Yes, I have not seen Wendy's here in Panay Island. The last time I had Wendy's was when I was in Angeles City at SM Clark in Angeles City. They have a Wendy's there. But here in Panay Island, unfortunately, we do not have a Wendy's. Beluz, hey, good morning, Beluz. I know the Colonel is heading out, right? I saw Beluz, the Colonel took, Beluz took the Colonel shopping at Robinson's Supermarket. I saw that, saw your pics there. I mean, that went by fast that the Colonel's heading out already. His time in the jungle. The Colonel's time in the jungle is soon to end, soon to end. The jungles of Leyte, the jungles of Leyte. Luz Beltran, beautiful Thursday. It's locked in. I'll be stopping by the Philippines next month. All right, Beltran. Good deal, man. You know, it's like you'll have fun. Safe travels, of course, but if you're gonna other locations, you're gonna have a great time. You know, visit the Philippines, hit Thailand, hit Cambodia, Vietnam. You know, easy enough to travel Southeast Asia from the Philippines. I googled it. Texas Roadhouse in Iloilo. Lots of info about going to open. All right, going to open. Same thing with Landers. Somebody had asked me about Landers, whether Landers is another SNR Costco type, sells a lot of imported goods from the United States. They are building a Landers here, right across the Palladium, Madison one, right there by Festive Mall. There's a big area there where you can build there. It's like a big empty lot, and I know they were gonna build the Landers there, but I haven't gone past the area lately, so I don't know if they started already. The last announcement I saw was April of this year. It says soon to rise, Landers Iloilo. But you know, here in the Philippines, when they say soon to rise, it could be a while. You know, we're on island time here. Nothing happens here fast. You know, like soon might mean 1 or 2 years. You know, it doesn't get built fast here. They did open. Love to know the facts. I understand, man. I'm the same way, man. You know, it's like I love seeing more and more of that. You know, like Texas Roadhouse, Landers, more and more of like the what's available in the U.S. to make it here in Panay Island. Hey, there's Michael. There's Michael. Castaway Drip is his YouTube channel. He's in Dumaguete City. He does live streams with Che. His partner in Dumaguete City. Good morning, Gino and everyone. Good morning. Renz, good day, Renz. Oh my gosh, I love sushi. Oh yeah, here they have good sushi at the Vikings. If you ever make it to Boracay Island, I recommend Hakata. Hakata, right in front of Front Beach on White Beach, Boracay. They have the best sushi in Boracay. That's our favorite place to get sushi in Boracay. JP, Texas Roadhouse, Iloilo is opening on Philippine time, right? You know, it's like you're learning, JP. You're learning. It's on Filipino time. Island time is what I call it. You know, it's like when they say soon to open, it could be a while. There's no soon in the Philippines. I've never, if it's soon, 1 or 2 years is soon. Derek, we ate at Circus Buffet in Vegas 2 years ago. $50 per person. I've eaten there. I've gone to Circus, but it's been a while. It's been a while. I was still I was underage and not even legal to gamble when I went to a circus. I did like the stuffed animal, the games and all that back in the 80s is when I went to Circus. Alan, Gino, if you organize a matchmaking party, you're ordered to your Calibo Philippines. No, you know, it's like for me, you know, it's hard to like, you know, I don't do the match me, you know, I've done it a couple of times, but you know, I really have to know the person, like the the expat, and then if we introduce one of our friends, because I don't want it to be like a dating site, like, but we have partnered people before, like one of our friends, one of our Dazzle and Ice friends, and one of my friends from YouTube, because sometimes you just can tell, like, oh, they're probably gonna be a good match. They have the same interests, same thing that they're looking for, but not like a match, not like a matchmaking, a dating party or anything like that. I don't. People will meet anyway. Here, that's why I tell people all the time, if they come to Calibo, come to Aklan province, you're gonna meet somebody here. Just because now we have like a nice expat group, friends of friends. Usually, it's like the girlfriends of the expats here will have other friends. So it's not hard. It's not hard to meet a Filipina here. They make it sound like it's hard, but it's not. I've yet to find anyone that come to Aklan province that hasn't met a Filipina. I will eat lots of sushi. All right, for you, yeah. In Tokyo, man, they got the best sushi there, man. Tim Melker, SNR was previously partially owned by Costco. It is now fully Filipino owned. Their pizza, oh, I know, man. Their pizza at SNR, it's almost like it's a one gigantic slice. It's almost like that one slice is almost like a small pizza. It's for 99 pesos. 99 pesos for like the, what is that? It's got everything on it. It's got all the meat, like a combination pizza. 99 pesos, man. Less than $2. And they got good food, not just pizza. Salad is like my favorite there. They have a garden salad with like a ginger dressing. I always get it. It's got pieces of chicken breast. It's a good salad. They got calzone. They got fried chicken, of course, hot dogs. The Nathan hot dogs. It's just a good place to eat. It's always packed. It's always packed when you go eat at the food court there. I have a PWD card, so it's kind of nice because I get in front of the line. I don't have to stand. They have like when you line up to get food there, it's like a S, kind of like those trail, but there's a separate line for priority, and I have a person with disability, so I get in front of the line when I eat there. So that's kind of nice. I don't have to wait for food. So what time is it in the Philippines? Right now it's 7:45 a.m. 7:45 a.m. here. Ted, hey Ted, of Journeys from Bohol, LV, I see there. Personal opinion, farming is the only real income. It is not easy either, but yes, incomes are realized. Yeah, when he mentioned the coconut, I can see profitability with coconut, and the main work to do, right, in my the way I've seen coconut farms here would be climbing the coconut and harvesting. I mean, coconut kind of just grows. It's not like you have to really work at it day after day. So, and here in the province of Aklan, I know a lot of the people that will climb the coconut trees and harvest your coconut tree. They just contract it out, like if you got like a patch of like coconuts that you want somebody to climb there and get the coconuts, you just have a handshake agreement with the person. Hey, I'll give you 25% of what you take down. So I can see the profit because each tree will have a lot of coconuts. You get like dozens of coconut in one tree. And it's a hot commodity in our province, man. There's times, like I said, December, sometimes they run out of coconuts here because of all the buko salad. Everybody wants buko salad in December here. Hi guys, good AM from Ted. All right, your Filipina might be the one grilling chicken intestines on a stick. Or it could be anybody, right? It's like when you get here, you're gonna have opportunities to meet Filipina everywhere. At the mall, could be your waitress at the restaurant. I mean, there's like many opportunities to meet Filipinas here. Molly, thanks, LV. All right, 5:43 p.m. here. Oh, all right, this is in the afternoon. A-OK, Molly. East Coast, USA, Molly. All right. Once in Panay, I can find a good Pinay. Short girl, short bus girl, short bus girl. That's funny, Dan. I would plant dwarf coconut trees and sell them to Hobbit Cafe. Hey, there you go. There is a Hobbit Cafe, at D Mall, Boracay. Actually, when we went to Loola's Fish Farm, I think I filmed it. The video might not be out yet. I can tell sometimes that my videos because I recorded, edited, and I save it to like publish. But when we went there, we went last time we went to La Casa Español, no, Loola's Fish Farm. We ordered buko, and they were the dwarf buko because they have it all over Loola's Fish Farm. You can just like get it, you don't have to climb it, you just like. But we ordered like four buko, and the owner gave us two extra. It's like they're so nice to us there. So we paid for like 6 buko, and we paid for 4 of them. And it was like the smaller buko, the dwarf coconut. Bizwax. All right, my daughter used to work at Texas Roadhouse during her teens. When she gets home, she always bring dinner rolls and honey cinnamon butter. I know. What? Don't I wonder if they? I haven't been, since I left the U.S. But I remember at Texas Roadhouse in Tucson, they're the ones I think that had the peanuts, right? That you have to like the peanut in a shell, and while you're waiting there to get called to your table, you can be eating peanuts, and people would just leave it on the ground. I think that's the restaurant. That's what I remember most about. And then of course they have the display of steaks, the nice looking steaks that you get to pick. But I do remember they have like good dinner rolls at Texas Roadhouse. Lucky Biz, I know, like Lucky. JP, Daniel, what do you mean by short bus girl? Short bus girl. I think I know what Daniel means. I think because at one time you guys were saying something about the short bus. At one time you guys were talking about the short bus. The dwarf coconuts will feed my short bus girlfriend. Well, yep, Gino. Shells all over. Yeah, that's what I remember. I think that's what I remember. Like at the Texas. I mean, it's been many years. I think at least 14, 15 years since the last time I ate at Texas Roadhouse in Tucson, Arizona. And that's what I remember. You're sitting there waiting, cracking the peanuts, and then you throw the shell on the floor. And you can see it on the floor. There's like a lot of peanut shells on the floor. So I wonder if they do that here, because they do have peanuts here. Actually, yesterday when we were, where were we? I'm trying to remember where Edgar and Edgar noticed that they have peanuts on a shell. It's like it looked like dry peanuts too. I was telling Edgar, usually when I buy peanuts here, I like the peanuts at the public market where it's boiled, because the boiled peanuts, when you peel it, it's soft. The peanut is soft. It's not like crunchy. The dry peanuts, when you crack it from the shell, it's hard, like the ones they have at Texas Roadhouse. All right, I'm at the bottom of the comments. All right, I reached the bottom. All right, cool. Yep, the peanuts in the shell, and yes, the dinner rolls with honey butter. Love the honey butter. Yeah, man. That I remember, the Molly. One of that's one thing I miss. A lot of restaurants in the U.S. Bread is a good. When you eat dinner in the U.S., dinner rolls. Even I remember Red Lobster's got like a biscuit looking thing. It's like here in the Philippines, they're just not big on bread. It's like, when you eat at restaurants here, dinner, it's always rice. It makes sense. We got so much rice here in the Philippines. You don't get a lot of dinner rolls. Here. At most of the restaurants won't serve any dinner rolls. The Roadhouse had an awesome chocolate fudge sundae. Ooh, man, I haven't had that. I haven't had that at the Texas Roadhouse chocolate fudge sundae. Hey, there's the Colonel. There's the Colonel. All right, good morning from Leyte. Last day, I know. Colonel was like messaging me last night. It's his last day in Leyte, coming home, back home here in Iloilo City. So I might catch the Colonel like tomorrow, maybe Colonel, before when we go to SNR, maybe we'll meet up at SNR. I'm sure we'll probably eat lunch there at SNR, at least at the food court. Maybe we can meet at the food court there. Our last day is tomorrow, and then once we'll check out here at the hotel noontime, and then after noontime checkout, we'll go to SNR. It's just right next door to the hotel here, and then do our shopping at SNR. And I still remember, JP, I gotta look for that stainless steel to make your tamales, to cook your tamales in. I'm sure they got it. I'm sure. One time I saw they had at SNR, they had that if you wanted to deep fry a turkey, that's popular in Louisiana. They have the big and then the hooks to hook the turkey and drop it on a. And then the burner with a propane connection, they had that at SNR the last time I went to SNR. So I'm sure they got like cooking pots, stainless steel cooking pots, I'm sure. They have a TRH, Texas Roadhouse in Cebu by the mall on IT Park. All right, I'll have to remember that now. Ted. That next time Dazzle and I go to Iloilo City, to Cebu City, I'm gonna try to hit the Texas Roadhouse, since it might be a while that they open one here at Iloilo. I'll check that too today. I'll see what the progress is to the Texas Roadhouse here at the SM City Mall. Hello, Colonel, from Daniel. JP says hello, Colonel. Good morning, Daniel. Absolutely, Gino. All right, sounds good. Colonel, because I know you'll be traveling today and then tonight when you land at the airport. I'm sure you want to just get home and relax at home. So we'll just meet up tomorrow. We'll meet up tomorrow at SNR. We'll check out at noon and then we'll go straight to SNR. So I'm sure we'll see you. Colonel said he lives close to SNR, so he lives around here somewhere. JP. Turkey deep fryer might be too big. Yeah, that might be too big for your tamales. So I know it's taller. I know that the turkey deep fryer is taller. I know exactly what you're looking for, JP. I'll look for it. I'll go on the kitchenware and I'll just film it. I usually, when I film at SNR, they usually don't like me filming there. With a GoPro, I can't film using a GoPro, but I sneak like snippets on my phone. Like I can go down the aisle. I always look around, make sure there's no security guard, and then I'll film down the aisle maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and then I'll pause it, because the security guards are funny at SNR. They're like, "Oh, you can't film here. You're not allowed to film here." So you got to be sneaky. You got to be sneaky when you film at SNR, which I don't understand, because you're promoting their products. You're promoting your products online, but they're funny here about that. About even grocery stores here, you got to be careful when you're filming at grocery. It's not like I'm filming people. I'll make sure that when I go down the aisle at SNR, I'm looking at the aisle. I'll make sure there's no people, and then I'm filming like the products, because that's what you guys are interested, right? You want to see how much like a Hormel chili costs, or how much like a Bluebell ice cream costs. Those are the kind of things I know. Or how much like milk, a gallon milk, how much is a gallon of milk, or how much is a Minute Maid orange juice, that kind of thing. Beeswax. It's a Texas Roadhouse tradition to throw peanuts on the floor or trash can. Yeah, that's what I remember. It's a lot of things that I used to do in the U.S. It's been a while, So I haven't been back to the when I left March of 2011. I haven't been back. It's like this coming March. I've been here 15 years now. So a lot of the things I used to eat at, things that I used to do in the U.S. It's a distant memory now. I do miss a lot of stuff. I miss most of the food. Mostly the food I miss, but it's not enough for me to like fly back just for the food. It's like now, what's nice is you got Vikings. It's Texas Roadhouse comes here. I can eat a Burger King like. At SM City Mall, they got like a Sbarro of New York pizza, lasagna. They got KFC, they got Pizza Hut, Dairy Queen, Krispy Kreme donut. So everything's is coming here. I know there's even a talk of bringing In-N-Out Burger in Manila. They had an event where this restaurant in Manila had the actual In-N-Out Burger, but it's not a franchise. They just had it for people to try it, and it was a big hit. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time till they bring In-N-Out Burger here in Manila. Peanut shells. Yes, the peanut shells. Yeah, I remember. You just throw the peanut shell. After you eat it, just kind of leave it on the ground, throw it in the ground. I saw one Texas Roadhouse on a blog there in the Philippines, but they gave a bucket for it. Oh, okay. They gave a bucket. They don't want you throwing it on the floor. They don't want you throwing it on the floor because they got to sweep it, right? They got to clean it. But I think that was the fun thing about it. Was like, it's stepping on the peanut shells and all that. All right. I'm at the bottom of the thing. I really didn't come up with a topic today. I just wanted to update you guys about what we're doing here. Like I said, we plan on going to the Vikings at lunch. We have a reservation already. Yeah, that was the Cebu one. Oh, okay. All right, Ted, that was the Cebu one. And then after that big buffet, I'm sure I want to take a nap after that. Yeah, so maybe we'll look into this evening. We'll see what's playing at the movie theater, because like that's one of the activities we like doing here, Dazzle and I, when we're here, because we don't have any movie theater in mainland Aklan. The only movie theaters in Panay Island is here in Iloilo City at SM City, and then there's a movie theater now in Rojas City, the SM Rojas City. So I'll look and see if there's any good movies to watch, and they have IMAX here too at the SM City. So I'll have to see what movie is playing. Maybe we'll catch a movie. If not, maybe I'll ask Dazzle if she wants to hit the Asian massage. Asian massage is like walking distance here for a hotel. Great massage, like a foot massage or whole body massage. They really have a nice massage place close to the hotel here. The peanuts over here in the road don't seem to be the same. Oh, okay. Not the same. Yeah, I remember the peanuts in the US, Colonel. It was like really dry, right? Really dry. And then, even the shells almost crumbles in your hand is what I remember them. And I was telling Edgar yesterday, here in the Philippines, I haven't even really seen peanuts like that. Most of the peanuts on a shell here that I've seen is like boiled peanuts. And boiled peanuts, the peanut itself is like mushy, kind of like soft. It's not like a hard peanut. But been away from the U.S. many years. Yeah, same here, Colonel. I've been away many years already. So from the U.S. LB, hope you didn't eat breakfast. Oh yeah, we didn't eat breakfast. This is all I'm having for breakfast. My French vanilla brewed coffee at 7-Eleven. It says here, City Prime is their cup. So I'll be hungry. I mean, it's only 8, so we got like 3 hours before we eat, kind of like a brunch, breakfast, lunch. So I know, and we haven't eaten since last night. We went to dinner last night at 7, so I know I'll be hungry. They think they stopped the peanut shell thing due to someone fall. Oh wow, yeah, I could see that. Maybe slip and fall. Hey, there's Fortune. All right, Fortune. Good AM. Bam in the bottom. Hey, Fortune had messaged me our schools, UP is Fortune School. My school in the Philippines is Letron College. We both lost yesterday in the finals, but I guess I was thinking it's just like one game final, but I guess there's game two, so we can recover. If both our schools win game two, then there'll be a finale. I guess it's a best of three. I was thinking it was just like a one game championship game, but I guess best of three, best of three. So we're still alive. We're still alive, Fortune. Think they use roasted peanuts. Yes, roasted peanuts. Welcome, Master Yoda. Welcome, Master Yoda from JP. Here we are talking about peanuts. You gotta love. We're talking about peanuts. We've got a long conversation about Texas Roadhouse and peanuts and peanuts. And good morning, Fortune and JP. We kind of covered Filipino time too. Yeah, we did. We did cover everything. It's about Filipino time here. I like this hotel because like I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the traffic on the right here. Then I'm seeing like the people walking. It looks like I see people like in uniform, in school uniform, because today's Thursday. So they still have school this week. And Leanna, I think her last day of school now got moved up. December 18th is her Christmas party. So I think after her Christmas party at school, no more school for Leanna. Fortune. Good AM, Daniel, JP, Lowell, Edgar, Brian, Tim Elker, Bellows, Derek. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a long list, Fortune. That's a long list. Good AM, Colonel. All right. We need to make bawi. I know, right? Bawi in English, like a comeback, to equalize. We need game two. That way we can get to like the game three, the penultimate game, the last game. So hopefully we win and get Fortune School is University of the Philippines. My school is Letron College here in the Philippines. So hopefully we make a comeback and win game two. Good AM all right. JP, is there a pogi ratio between in-jap and hop-in? A pogi ratio. Well, right now, the thing I like about of course, the price. You know how frugal I am, JP. So I'm always looking at price, and for the price that you're paying here at the hop-in, you're getting a good deal. You're getting a good deal for $30 a night for this nice room. And this is a pretty new hotel here. Not even, maybe a little over a year is when the hop-in opened. So pretty new facility. Where the in-jap hotel, that's been around. It's been a few years now. At least we've been going there at least 5-6 years. So, a lot of things here in the Philippines, the older the building, the hotel, condos, they just don't do a good job of maintaining it. Even inside the room, you'll notice things like the bathroom is not quite right anymore. It's like maybe the toilets don't flush as good, or the showers, they just don't do a good job maintaining things here. So like a brand new hotel like here, the Hop In, it just looks fresh. Everything just looks new and fresh. I would say. So definitely from now on, this is our go-to place now instead of the in-jap hotel, is the Hop In. The good thing about going to the games is you meet. Oh, I'm sure, right? Or if I go to the Letron games, even though I went to elementary school there, kindergarten, prep was the grade to grade 6. If I know if I go to the Letron championship games, I know I will see schoolmates of mine from my elementary years for sure there. That's one thing nice. It becomes kind of like a reunion, right? It becomes kind of like a reunion. Charlie Brown should join the conversation. Charlie Brown should join the conversation. Urgent. We have to win or else the tie. I know. It's a do or die. Do or die for University of Philippines, and also do or die for Letron College. Game 2. We must win. We must win in game 2. Do they have the free samples at SNR? Yes, yes, they do. They do. Different items, from like biscuits sometimes, drinks. They have sample drinks. What else have I seen? But they do. They have an area when you walk down the aisles. They'll have a little kiosk, and the employees are given little samples. Leanna loves them. When we take Leanna with us to SNR, she stands there and tries everything, and then she keeps trying until they tell her, "Oh, you had enough, you've had enough." But they give different samples of different things too. And then what I like too is I always get their rotisserie chicken. The thing I like about the rotisserie chicken at SNR, their chicken is plump. Even the leg quarter, the chicken itself on the rotisserie chicken is good size. It's not the same chicken I get at the public market. The chicken that I get at the public market, if I buy a chicken at public market here, it's a tinier chicken. The one at SNR, the ones that they have the rotisserie chicken, they put in a plastic bag, a Ziploc plastic bag. That bag's heavy. When you buy the rotisserie chicken, that's heavy, and I'm trying to remember how much I paid. I know I didn't pay more than $5 or $6 for their plump rotisserie chicken. Fring, all right, Fring. Oh, I gotta use my line again. What is my line? I gotta think of my line for Gus Spring. I forgot. I can't think this morning. I guess I don't have enough coffee in me yet. It's too early. But Fortune. I met 2 high school classmates yesterday. I informed. Oh, Edna. All right. That's cool because Fortune, one of my neighbors in Camellia Aklan, on my street. She lives on my street, same street. Maybe she lives 4 or 5 houses down from me. Is Edna. Mom Edna is what we call her. She's part of our homeowners association. And Mom Edna and Fortune were high school classmates. They went to high school together at Science High School in Manila. Just small world when you think about it, because here we are all the way in Panay Island. Edgar's Fortune's all the way there in Manila, and they were classmates in high school. Daniel, just had about 8 players for a visiting team get arrested for shoplifting. That won't be. Wow, man, that's John Vasquez, Fortune, all right. Ops. You know Walter White? Yeah, I know Walter White. Now I'm a big Breaking Bad fan. The $5 Costco chicken lasts me 4 or 5 days. It don't last that long in our house, Daniel. It's between me, Dazzle, Leanne, and Mom. If I bring the SNR rotisserie chicken, that'll be gone. That'll be gone, man. SNR must not be selling Yardbird. Yeah, I know, right? The Yardbird, what's that? The native chicken, the chickens that run around here. I'm sure they have their own supply of the plump. SNR chicken is plump, man. They're you get that rotisserie chicken, you get the bag. It's heavy. It's a heavy bag, man. It's not one of those chickens that run around everywhere here. You see chickens running around here. The free range chicken, Yardbird. John Vasquez, Sir Fortune. All right. Fortune, saw your pics in Tatoy's. Yeah, Tatoy's, man. Good food, man. Tatoy's got good food. Reasonably priced, too. It was 4 of us for dinner, including drinks. It cost us $1,800. That's about $34 for 4 people, and we had fish, in a soup, fish. We had lechon kawali, like the pork, deep fried pork. We had chicken liver. What else? And calamari, and then rice and our drinks. For 4 people, it was like $34. Really good food, very popular, man. Fortune. We got there early because I knew it's a popular restaurant here, Tato's. So we got there, I would say about 5:30. So early dinner. There's already people eating at 5:30, but by the time we were leaving, that place was packed. People were like waiting for a table, and that was a big place. That was lots of seating, but they were packing there for a Wednesday night. It's like I could imagine like on the weekend how busy that restaurant would be. But I'm glad we because I remember you mentioning before Tato's, and I said, "Ooh, let's check out Tato's." Like Fortune said, they got good food, and you're right, man. They got good food at Tato's. That's the old timer restaurant in a classic mangagat. Yep, that still had the mangagat, the red snapper fish in a soup. And it's not like sinigang soup. It's not a sinigang soup. It's like a milder soup with like onions in it, like green onions in it. It was delicious, delicious. Fortune, I asked Edna if she is really a Glen original. She said her parents are Numancia. All right, Numancia. But them kids born in Manila. But after school, Edna and sister settled back in Aklan. Yeah, I can't blame Mom Edna for settling back in Aklan. It's like she's really at home at Aklan. I can tell she likes living back home. Then she asked me if I am also from Panay. I told her my roots are in Iloilo City, San Jose in Antique, and Pandan towns of Antique. She said if I speak the language, and said I can do both Hiligaynon and Kiniraya. Come back home, Fortune. I know, right? Well, Colonel Fortune wants to come back home. But he's staying at Chai's in Cavite with Chai's family. So I understand. Happy wife, happy life. Happy wife, happy life. But I'm sure Fortune will visit us here one of these days in Panay. I asked her another classmate had birthday yesterday, so we greeted in our Facebook group and saw that the other classmate is also from Numancia. Edna confirmed, but our classmate is based in Manila still. Yeah, that's pretty common. That's pretty common. Even for my classmates that I graduated in STI College in Calibo, I would say more than half of our classmates, very few actually stayed in Aklan. Everybody went to Manila. Manila is like the destination because we studied IT, and there's a lot of IT jobs if you go to Manila. A lot of and that's what they got, a lot of IT jobs there in Cebu City, also in Iloilo City. There's just not enough jobs like in the Calibo area, especially for like IT. If you graduate IT, I have a few of my classmates in college. They work in Boracay or at the port, like handling computers, IT, but it's like minimal IT. It's not like if you're IT and you go to Manila or Cebu, you can actually do coding and things like that there. Belus, I give these people a lot of credit for doing or trying to do American foods. The foods of the West are really accepted here in the malls. From fast to, oh yeah, man. It's not just like expats, foreigners that like American food. Man, Filipinos love American food. You can see it. I can see it. Man, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, always a big line at SM. If you go to SM, they got Kentucky Fried Chicken got a line out the door. And now another popular fast food here. I'm seeing it. They open one in Boracay. They have one at SM. Is Kenny Rogers Roasters. It's big here. It's big now, and it's like rotisserie chicken, but they do have like a mac and cheese. They got mac and cheese, and they got cornbread. You know, I've had cornbread and mac and cheese. That is hard to find here in the Philippines. Mac and cheese and a cornbread, and they got it at Kenny Rogers Roasters. It's funny how those kind of like food that that you miss. It's like that you don't see common, and then when you see it and you go like, oh wow, mac and cheese and cornbread, let me have some of that. It's like, it's amazing how when you haven't eaten those things, how good they taste to you. Then after you eat it, then they just become okay again. They just become okay again. So, hey, I'm headed to Aklan January 7th. All right, hey, look me up, man. If you're headed to Aklan, contact me. My contact information is on all our YouTube videos in the description. My email, my WhatsApp numbers there, my messenger. Contact me, man. If you want to do a meetup, be happy to meet with you. From Canada, all right. Hey, I got many Canadian friends. I got many Canadian friends here in the Philippines now. I'm hanging out with one tomorrow, Ivan. He lives here in Iloilo City. We're gonna have breakfast with him at his house. He invited Dazzle and I to his house tomorrow morning for breakfast. Nice. All right, Colonel. How long will you be in Aklan? I also told Edna that we have another classmates from Tangalan. All right. I just found out recently, Tangalan, Maagma. Oh yeah, Maagma is I've seen Maagma name in Kalibo too. They have like a optical place in Maagma Optical. There's actually a Maagma Street I know in Kalibo. Actually, yeah, that's why. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense because they're a political family. All the political families here in the Philippines, a lot of times you'll see there'll be a street named after them. There'll be a park named after them. That's why now it makes sense that you say they're a political family, because Maagma, I see it. I see it all over Kalibo, man. They got a lot of Maagma sign. Almost a month. I'll be there. All right, I'll see you at Atian, man. If you see me at Atian, Soul Flame, just tap me on the shoulder. Hey, man, I'm Soul Flame. I'll try to remember. Because what I usually do at Atian, I'll wear a black. Everybody wears black at Atian. That's kind of like the thing. So I have a black T-shirt that has a Dazzle TV on it, Dazzle TV on the back. And while I'm filming, I do a lot of filming in Atiatihan, and people just like tap me and say, "Hey man, hey Gino," like I get a lot of like and take pictures with people. So make sure if you see me at Atiatihan, make sure you say hello, Soul Flame. And don't forget, if you go to Atiatihan, buy yourself some earplugs. I got those foamy earplugs. Put them on, man, because you'll go deaf. You'll go deaf during Atiatihan with all the drum beats. It's like, imagine over 100 marching bands with like drums, with like doing like the Atiatihan drums, all over Kalibo. Make sure you got like a noise cancellation headphone, or at least the earplugs, and you want to hear after Atiatihan, because it's like January 11th to the 18th, and those drums they start playing at like 7 in the morning all the way to midnight. So all day long in Kalibo, you're gonna be hearing all those drums. So, do you know Michael from the Canadian Beaver in Rojas City? All right. And I'm sure I'll see Michael too during Atiatihan. Atiatihan becomes like, even for vloggers, it becomes like, hey dude, everybody's in Kalibo for Atiatihan. Especially Michael is only like less than 2 hours away in Rojas City. I'm sure he'll head to Atiatihan. Even Kulas from Becoming Filipino, even opening salvo last year's Atiatihan, and I guarantee you Kulas will be at Atiatihan again this year, because Kulas is a good friend of the mayor of Kalibo. Kulas has access to everything in Kalibo. So I know he enjoys it when he's here in Kalibo. Soul Flame. No, I don't know him. I'll be in Calibo, Ibahay, and Iloilo. All right, man. Soul Flame. Make sure we'll link up, man. We'll link up. Be happy to do a meetup with you. I love the Philippines. Nature, growing, and people. Makes it home. Was telling my driver, if Leyte took about 4 years to feel like home. Yeah, and I think a lot of people, Belus, that's a common feeling I get from people when I talk to many foreigners and many expats. I meet so many of them here. It does take time. I mean, the Philippines, it's a big adjustment that first year that you get here. A lot to adjust, not just like the environment, the way things operate here, the bureaucracy, the everything's so slow, island time. It really takes a while to, I would say at least a year of getting adjusted to the Philippines. But once you get over that adjustment period, most of the people that's here, they just love it here because they find a different pace of living. They find, in the U.S., when I was there, over 30 years I lived in the United States. Everything was so hectic in the U.S., maybe because I was working at the time, that's part of it. You just always felt like you didn't have time to do things, you run out of time. It's like even my weekends, I would work Monday to Friday. And then come Saturday, Sunday, you're trying to get all your chores done. Wash your car, grocery shopping, preparing I used to wear, business attire because I work at a hospital administration. So, you're always ironing your clothes. You're always, the weekends just like go so fast. Next thing you know, you're back at work again Monday. Everything, you were trying to do errands during your work week. When you get off work, you're trying to rush somewhere, post office or something, bank, trying to get everything's just so hectic. And it's just totally different vibe in the Philippines because here, most of us, when we're here, we're retired. Most of us don't work, so now we have the time, we're never in a rush. I am never in a rush, even when I'm meeting people, when I schedule meetup, like yesterday, my friend Fred, I was gonna meet Edgar and I for breakfast at Seattle's Best. I just told him, well, the mall opens at 10, Edgar and I will head out there. So whatever time you get there, brother, it's like, that's just the way it is. It's not like, everybody, like if you're meeting someone, I remember in the US, hey, let's meet at 9. And then at 9 a.m., if the person's not there at 9:05 or 9:10, they're like, man, this dude's late. What's going on? I don't got that all this. Here, we showed up at Seattle's Best, Edgar and I. We ordered our coffee. We're sitting there. And here's Fred. He just strolls in about 10:20. And it's not a big deal because Edgar and I, we didn't order breakfast yet. We said, well, we'll just order our coffee. And then when Fred comes, we'll order our food, because, we're all retired. We're all like, there's no rush for us to go anywhere. GP, sold. I have an apartment rented in Calibo for January. I will probably be there longer depending on how it goes. Aklan Province, I'm 90% sure will be my long-term home. We hope so, JP. I hope you really like Aklan Province. I hope it becomes your long-term home also. Well, I'll do my best to guide you, help you with your transition in Aklan. That way, you at least have a good feeling. Have a good feeling when you land in Aklan Province. The Ibahay Academy School president is a former math teacher of ours. Oh, wow. Ma'am, I'm a Gombok. That's a familiar last name, Gombok, here in Aklan. I went to school with that last name, Gombok. That I always see when people's last name because I've met people here with that last name. So they're probably a family from Ibahay, That's usually the case here in Aklan Province. Like a clan. Clan is very popular here. Like Gombok, I'm sure it's a clan. It's a family of Gomboks, and they have Gombok reunion in Ibahay, and there'll be like 200, 300 people attending the reunion. Many families are like that here in Aklan province. So his channel is That Philippine Life. Yes, That Philippine Life. Michael and Kat, and Lara. The Colonel's Chronicles. I've been enjoying the fried man cheese balls I've seen at a. Oh wow, Oh yeah. We had some, right? We had some at the 8 Bowl Tavern. I had Colonel ordered it, and I got to taste. I got to taste the fried mac and cheese. I like it. It is good because it's a mac and cheese, and they bread it, probably like panko bread, and then they fry it. So when you take a bite, it's crunchy on the outside, and it's got mac and cheese inside. I gotta start looking for that now, Colonel, because I did enjoy that. Yes, she featured that street, rich family but humble. Maagma. Yeah, I know. I see it. I see it in Kalibo. There's a sign that says Maagma Street. I've heard a lot of people say fishing business, store, marketing, etc. How would influence expat to export? Because if they think they can sell things locally, they buy from local only. Okay. Marketing. Yeah, I know with Filipinos, like if a lot of imported items, that's very that's why SNR is popular. But for anything fishing, anything, local, that would be like more the cheaper what's available here. I don't see. Soul Flame, I'm in the process of planning my move to the Philippines. All right, cool, Soul Flame. If I like my trip and I like it there, I will definitely do my online work. Oh yeah, many people do that. Many people do digital nomads. They actually encourage digital nomads to work here in the Philippines. My friend Jamal, he works in Dumaguete City. He's been here now going on 2 years now here in the Philippines. He used to live in Hawaii. He was a digital worker he works online, but now he's been coming up on 2 years now working in Dumaguete City. So you can do it here. That would be like really nice actually when you think about it, because like with my friend Jamal, I remember he was paying over $2,000 rent in Hawaii. Now he's got like a nice place in Dumaguete and he pays like $350. So even just on the rent, imagine going from a rent of over $2,000 to $350. I mean, the big savings for him. And then he's in a nice spot in Dumaguete City. Jamal likes the nightlife. He's single, so he's having a blast. He's having a blast in Dumaguete City. I'm only 30. All right, Soul Flame. I've seen many digital nomads here. That's the one thing. I think I did a video and I also talked about it on the live stream. I am seeing more and more younger people here from abroad, foreigners, because of being a digital nomad. Many people now in their 30s, working people are working here. There's a hot spot for a lot of digital nomads I know is Surigao. They like Surigao because Surigao's got that European kind of like island vibe, kind of like Hawaii vibe. Surfer, that's like the surfing capital here in the Philippines, is Cloud9 in Surigao. So, and they're building the infrastructure there. It's like and because of Starlink, because of Starlink, you can pretty much work anywhere now. So you're not the only one. If you come here, you're 30 years old, you're not going to be the only one that's a digital nomad here. My friend Ivan, he's early 40s and he's a digital nomad here. He's raising his family here from Canada. He decided to move his family here to the Philippines because he can work online. Mistakes. Like I said, farming is it. It took 4 years of finding loopholes. I know, man, farming is hard anyway, Belus. I don't have a lot of experience. I've never been a farmer, but I've seen it enough to where a lot of trial and error. And then, it's not for the faint of heart. Farming is not easy. I mean, it's good because you can, when you farm, you have, access to your own crops. You can feed yourself with your own crops, but it's not easy, to make money in farming here. Because you got a lot of competition, it's like, and to sell your goods, if you're whatever you're farming, and most of the time, anywhere you farm, anyway, even in the U.S., from what I've seen, like I said, I've never tried it, but what I've seen from farming, man, you got to be a hard worker to be a farmer. You're up at the early sunrise till it gets dark at night in your farm. You're working all day. You're like back-breaking work. Working in a farm, man. So please go slow. 2 years before marriage. Please make it a self-rule. It will save you. All right. Good advice. That's great advice, Billis, because you see too many foreigners. It's like, that's why I don't understand sometimes. They meet that Filipina online and they're ready to like drop their life. Come here blind. Not prepared. They get to the Philippines and then 6 months or 1 year later, they're wondering why it didn't work. Because when you meet somebody online and then when you meet that person finally in person, it could be a lot of things that you didn't know, until. That's why I always tell people, just come to the Philippines. When you meet your Filipina, take your time. There's no rush to get married. There's no rush to like make a serious commitment, and it's best to meet them in person. It's like these guys that meet Filipinas online, next thing you know, they're flying here at the airport. The minute they land, they're like getting married or filing fiance visas already to bring them to the US. And then they wonder later, how come it didn't work? Or I got scammed by my Filipina. To me, take your time, man. It's like spend 1, 2, 3 years with your Filipina before even thinking of getting married. I will probably stay where the internet is best. I heard Iloilo internet and Calibo is good. They have in Calibo, they have Calibo cable, pretty good internet. But more and more people are going with Starlink. That's what, because it's more reliable. If you get like a steady signal with Starlink in the area, that way you always have internet. You always have internet, because even with like Calibo cable or the fiber optic, the cable companies that provide internet, they do lose their internet once in a while. So maybe since you're a digital nomad anyway, Starlink would be definitely a good investment for you. Go slow. All right. Daniel, nearly every day I see expats talking about working or starting a business in the PH. Clueless is a huge no-no 90% of the time. The digital nomad is okay, I think, because your employer is not in the Philippines. You're not considered working in the Philippines if you're a digital nomad, because your salary is coming from a foreign company. It's not coming here in the Philippines. But if you're thinking of coming to the Philippines to get employed by the Philippine company, that's like almost non-existent here. And then if you're opening a business here in the Philippines as a foreigner, it could become a nightmare for you here. I do not recommend the Philippines to me. If you come here, well, maybe he's a little young at 30, but most of us that come here, we're at that retirement age. This place is perfect for retirement, but coming here at retirement age, thinking about opening a business here, it will just stress you here. It will, not the kind of thing you want at retirement. You want an easier life. But the digital nomad, like Soul Flame here, I don't see an issue. I see many digital nomads here because you're not making money here. You're not going to get taxed with your money here in the Philippines if you're if you're a digital nomad, your salary is coming from a company in the US, Canada, or abroad. I think you are a bit optimistic. Optimistic. LB, LOL, JB. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice. Hey, James and Karen. James and Karen. Hey, James, we're still in Iloilo City. We're going to head back tomorrow. Head back tomorrow to Aklan. I'll see you. I'll see you on Opening a Lights. Opening a Lights in Calibo. December 14th, Sunday. Sundays, Opening a Lights in Calibo. I'll see you there at the Pastrana Park. Pastrana Park. Hello, James and Karen. All right, Daniel. Hey, J and K. Morning, James and Karen from Belus. Hi, Sir James and Karen from John Vasquez. LV, even the locals don't make it. We have 4 new sari-sari stores near us. All will fail soon. Yes, exactly, right? The sari-sari stores here in the Philippines, a lot of the failure with, if you even plan on opening a sari-sari store, the problem here is credit. You know, a lot of, they allow credit. Most sari-sari store, people will, it's called utang. They're gonna utang, buy items on credit. And and then a lot of times they'll open a sari-sari store and their own family members are like getting items in the sari-sari store. So it always fails, like Ted is saying. Morning, hey Emilio, good morning. Good morning, Emilio. Belus, LB, spot on. Salute, I know, it's spot on. Good morning, my Aklan brother, James and sister Karen. All right. Emilio, why are you talking about farming? We're relaxing. Yeah, that's the, well, it's always, there are people, I mean, I know there's people that come here, maybe younger than us, it's like I'm 60 next year. So, farming would be the last thing I would be thinking. But people are coming here, Emilio, in their 30s and 40s. So they want income, and I can't blame them. They still have to make money here if they can. Folks should check out what's happening with farmers in the UK. And a lot of times with farming, like here, if you go to in Aklan, there's so much land in Aklan. A lot of the people that farm, it's not really farming like in a big scale that you're thinking, like big rice fields and all that. A lot of people just like to, if they have a nice plot of land, a lot of area in their house, they just plant their own things so they can eat it. Eggplant, you can plant tomatoes, you can plant corn, you can plant. That way you can eat it. That way you don't have to buy your food. Save you money. That would save you money. Many people do that. I remember when Dazzle's grandma used to be alive. She was almost self-sufficient with like her house, and then she's got like plants all over her house, like vegetable plants, okra. She was like string beans, that's what she was living off, so she didn't need a lot of money because she was just harvesting and she was eating that food, and healthy for you. If you're, when you pick your vegetables, your tomatoes, where you grew it, right? Some of these places, they might be using pesticides and stuff, so you might be eating pesticides. So I can see that part of having a nice little crops that you can grow in your land. To me, that's like ideal, kind of like the farm to table, farm to table. What you're eating, it's like when we buy stuff at the market, you don't know what you're eating at the market. You don't know if that tomato you're buying or the eggplant you're buying, if they're using like pesticides to like if there's a contamination in your food. Fortune, good AM, James and Karen. I watched your Gimaras vids early this year. I think I remember. I think I remember James and Karen's Gimaras videos too. Good AM, Emilio Belus. We feed an army as the colonel. Oh, I know you feed an army, man. You got those stacks and stacks of rice, Belus, inside your house, man. Daniel, from lots of pain, only when you meet in person, you'll get now for the rest of the story, the truth. Yeah. you really don't get to know the person until you meet them in person. That person that you met online, might not be the same person when that's why I tell people, just come to the Philippines and meet your Filipina here. It's like there's plenty of Filipinas available that you will meet here. I'm back, Gino. Hey, mother and father called me. All right, no worries, man. I'm glad you got to talk to your mom and dad. I know that's always a good thing. That's always a good thing, man. God bless. Hey, God bless. The shower calls. All right, all right. Take care, Balloons. Take care, Balloons. I'll be safe. All right. All right. Take care, brother. Take care, brother. Beautiful. Salute. Salute to all. Make money outside. Send it here. I know, right? Send it here. The remittance. Keep them remittance coming to the Philippines. Ramil. Hi, Gino. I have a friend going to Boracay. Any suggestions on affordable but decent places? They're from Southern California. Ramil, the thing about Boracay, it's better if I can talk to the person, or because one thing I've learned about recommending hotels in Boracay, everybody's got a different taste. It's like what I might consider like a nice hotel or decently priced hotel might not be the same. I usually have to know the person before I recommend. Many places in Boracay, like us, we always stay at the Piccolo Hotel. We like that hotel. We think it's reasonably priced. But if I recommend that hotel, I made a video of it, somebody will say, oh, that hotel's terrible. That's just the case. So it's almost like for me, when I have to recommend a hotel, a restaurant, or even an apartment, I'm almost kind of like, I'm careful to recommend, just because a lot of times what I like, might not be ideal for the person. What I consider high end or what I consider budget might be different from another person. To me, that's why I just try to film it. I try to film it. Hopefully you get an idea, the price and what you're seeing on film, and decide for yourself. Is there cheap places to stay in Numancia? Oh yeah, there. If you're looking for like Airbnb in Numancia, you're looking about $20 a night. You can find Airbnb in Numancia for that price. Without farming, no one eats. I know, right? I know, right? It's like we need farming. Where are we gonna get our veggies? And Hannah, Gino, hi. All right, hey Hannah. Hannah's like James and Karen's friend in the U.S. Daniel, I will just watch J and K do the farming. I know. I mean, James is a farmer, man. James is a great farmer. He's always like toiling on the, he's planting his corn. He's like breaking the soil. It's like hard worker, man. James is a hard worker. Be happy to buy from them. Be happy to buy from them. By the way, Gino, in yesterday's game, UP the scalpers make a killing. Lower box 300 was on. Wow, 1,000 pesos more. Patron 3,000. Wow, 3,000 pesos. Heard. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. The scalpers were making a lot of money. The SM guards were just looking. I think they don't have arrest powers. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they're afraid too, because they don't want to get in confrontation. You would know the scalper. They come to you and will ask you if you have excess tickets, and they'll buy. Oh, all right, buy or sell from you. Hey, hello. My good friend in Angeles City, in Pampanga. UP, we wear our colors. I know you're maroon. UP is maroon. I know De La Salle, I think green, right? I think green is their uniform. They used to be in the NCAA. I remember when I was elementary school, I used to play against La Salle in chess. We were our colors. So yeah. That would be cool. Could I send your info? Yes, my info. If you look at any of my videos in the description box, my WhatsApp number there, my email, my messenger is there. So they can contact me directly. How can get in touch with you? He's all right. Yeah, just all my contact information. Just look at any video, click the description, and my contact information is right there. Thank you. All right, Ramil. No worries. No worries. All right, I got to the end of the comments here. I'm gonna end the live stream again. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live stream today. Hopefully, you guys have a good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Everyone, please take care and always stay blessed. Stay blessed.